All right, so today I thought I would mix it up a little bit, and I'm heading over to my buddy Matt's house and gonna check out his truck. So I would say early 2020, Matt was digging around Craigslist, and he watches it pretty regularly, and that's the only way you're gonna find a deal like this. And he found a square body Chevrolet 82 Scottsdale for $1,000. I would never ever in my life find a deal like that, but he found it. So it wasn't running, he got it running, and I've done a couple of videos on it. One was kind of an introductory video, and then one update video on it, and this will be update number 2 on his truck. So I know he hasn't done a lot to it. He's kind of gathering parts, and kind of like me with my Camaro, I haven't done a lot to the actual Camaro, but I'm gathering parts and I'm making progress slowly but surely on the engine. So he's kind of gathering parts. He's going to put a big block in it and make it a like a CUCV military build. So it's going to be a pretty cool truck, and he's got a great foundation to work with. And heck, he's only got $1,000 in it. So if you guys followed along at all on my Jeep build, and you know when I got into the engine conversion, that part of the build, you know I involved my buddy Matt, and he really helped me out a lot, and he has got some skill and just a gift, in my opinion, when it comes to automotive restoration. So some of his buddies call him the engine whisperer, because he just has a knack at this kind of stuff. So I'm excited to see his progress on his truck, and I'm actually pulling up to his house now, so let's go check it out. All right, so there is Matt's $1,000 square body, and it's starting to look a little different from when he first got it. I can tell he's been doing some sanding, and certainly a different bed on there. But let's let Matt tell you guys what he's done to it since the last update. All right, if you haven't met Matt, this is my buddy Matt, and he helped me tremendously with my Jeep, and honestly wouldn't have been able to do that motor swap, in my opinion, without his expertise. So
in my opinion, I wouldn't be able to do any of it, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do any of it. I did do the wiring 100% myself, so I should get credit for that.
I was giving you a hard time, John.
Yeah.
You did a good job on it.
So tell us
I was just there for emotional support.
Yeah, whatever. So tell us what you've done to your $1,000 truck here.
Well, let's see. You can see it's a couple different colors now. So the bed that was on it was, as a matter of fact, I believe that was when I first brought it home. You said, "What are you gonna do with this bed?"
I did say that because
the inside of it was used, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was used as an understatement, man.
Yeah,
it was
like
wavy,
dropped boulders in it,
and it had a lot of body work that needed to be done to it.
It did. It didn't have a lot of rust. It just had a few spots behind the quarters, and I got some patch panels from AMD, some really nice pieces at a fantastic price, and I started patching and cutting those out. But when I started looking at it, the whole entire top of the bed rails were just, beat to snot, like somebody just hit it with, pallet forklifts almost. I mean, it was hammered beyond belief. Had all kinds of Swiss cheese from ladder racks and toolboxes. So I started, looking at what I'd have in it to get it decent. And again, this isn't gonna be a show truck, but it needed a lot of work. And came across a really nice, completely rust-free long bed on Craigslist for $300. So I jumped on that for sure.
$300.
Yeah.
So now you have 1,300 in it.
Yep. And the only problem is it had a blowout, and so it folded up the quarter a little bit. So actually, I cut out one of the sections I'd welded into that old bed. It was a smaller piece that I needed. I cut that out, so I'm tacking that in to save that. And but no, that bed, there's not a speck of rust. And John, you'll be very happy when you look in it. It doesn't look like there's ever been anything in the bed. So
I don't mind stuff in the bed, scratches in the bed.
And no, his old bed liner.
No. Be honest, man. You're old.
Oh, it was rough.
It looked like high tide down in Daytona Beach, man.
It was rough. So I took it over to the scrapyard, and I think I got I don't know, $28 or something like that for it.
$28.
So, yeah.
Okay, so deduct that from the total price so far.
$12.42.
So, no, I don't think that's
28. It was what I say, 28.
28, yeah.
12.
That'd be $12.72.
72.
$12.72.
Yeah. Oh, that's bad when you're doing better math than me, John. And we're only on the second beer.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so you got a new bed. Let's take a look at that in just a minute. What else have you done?
So I've just been collecting parts here and there, just kind of scouring Marketplace and Craigslist. I got a 14-bolt rear end for it, 9.5-inch semi-float, which was under the K20s and C20s in this. So it's the 8-lug. It's a 410 gear, open carrier in it. I looked at, you can convert the front corporate 10 bolts to 8 lug. The axle was the same all the way up to the steering knuckles. The only thing different is the caliper mounting backing plate and the hub itself. The locking hubs, everything's the same. So you can convert a 10 bolt to an 8 bolt, and it's basically that's how it would have left at factory.
You mean a
I'm sorry, 10 bolt to a 6
lug, yeah.
Talking bolts and lugs.
10 bolt axle, right?
10 bolt, yeah, 10 bolt 6 lug axle to a 10 bolt 8 lug axle.
So you're going to convert that, so you only have to buy one set of 8 lug wheels,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
So then I didn't want mismatching wheels and all that. So it's actually pretty surprising how much of the parts interchange. They said the rotors are only a 1/2 inch bigger. The calipers are actually the same, and a lot of people have done the swap, and they're like, "Yep, it stops fine." So
Okay, cool.
so we'll probably go that route with it.
Where is the 14 bolt?
It's back in the woods.
All right, we'll take a walk back there and look at it.
Yep. So it's just sitting back in there.
And what about
and oh my God, anybody who touches one of those things, I believe it when they say you can save 80 pounds going to a disc brake 14 bolt over a drum brake. I believe them. That rear end, it took me and this other guy everything we had to pick that. Oh my God, is it heavy? It's
Yeah, I
heavy.
can imagine.
Yeah.
How'd you get it out of your truck?
I backed into the woods and just kicked it out of the bed. So
There
I
you
put
go.
it in that truck right there. Yeah, and it took everything I had just to throw it into the woods. So.
Okay, cool.
So engine parts. So we've got the new one-piece seal. Got a scat replacement crankshaft for it. The crank for my big block I took up to Slack Auto Parts, had them check it. Great guys up there. John, I know you're getting some machine work done. 30 minutes after I dropped it off, he called me and said, "Hey man, this crank's junk. It's got to be cut 40 thousandths, and even if we did that, it's bent." So I said thank you and trash it, and I just bought a new replacement crank for it. Got my bearing kits and all that stuff. Got one of my LS5 heads kind of rebuilt back to put on it. Still need to go through the other one. And then I'm going to pull the pistons out, take it up to Slack. And I was so impressed with the work they did with your short block. I'm going to go ahead and have them bat it, hone it, put new cam bearings in it, and just clean it up because the pistons and the bores are perfect in it. It just spun a bearing and destroyed the crank in it. So it's standard bore, get that all back together and then work on that. So
Cool.
where we're at.
All right, let's take a closer look at this thing.
I think so. I think we talked about the first video when we bought
Yeah,
it.
we may have, but
It only went like 2 miles down the road and died. It had just
junk.
the rust and stuff in that tank. It was
So new fuel tank, new fuel lines too, right?
Yep, new tank, new lines. Yep.
So let me back up and get a good
Yeah.
picture of this bed.
It's in great shape.
So there's
Really
the
nice
new bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so much of an improvement over his,
And wait,
I don't know.
you think you hate it now? Wait till you see the inside.
I can't wait to look.
You're gonna
Can't
be
wait
impressed.
to look. Holy cow. Man, that is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
What year truck did this come off of?
I'm not sure. It was all that was left. All that was left. The guy I got it from, he took the cab and he was using the cab on a two-wheel drive or a short bed build he was doing. But these are those panels from AMD. Really impressed with them. I mean, really nice stuff.
Yeah.
They had them on sale. I want to
They're
say
cheap,
these were like
right?
39
Yeah.
bucks on sale for the whole thing. So, yeah, got me a nice piece of pipe for the bumper here.
Oh yeah, I love pipe
Oh,
bumpers.
don't you love square bodies with pipe bumpers?
I love it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's all, even with the curve there, it's like it's made for it, you know.
That is awesome.
And then I got another brand new front bumper, painted bumper for the front, also from AMD. Got it on sale for brand new, 49
Wow.
bucks.
That looks great.
Isn't it good in shape?
I am really impressed with that, man.
Yeah. The bolts to get that old bed off were so rusted. It took me 4 different types of grinders, an air hammer, and about 4 hours to get those out. It was
Wow.
awful. Man, it was a job.
So this thing looks great, man. I mean, it really does. And you just got it set on there. It's not obviously lined up or anything. And this is the only spot, and you've already started to fix it.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Yep. It had, like I said, a blowout. I'll show you the piece that came out. But I tried to straighten it out. I wish I could have said.
So from the other side, this looks, man, just looks great. Looks really nice.
It just got to the point where it was so.
Oh, that's
Folded up
the
and
piece
twisted.
you cut out?
Yeah, so I said, you know what? I'll just cut that out and put a new piece in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at how, I mean, no, not a speck of rust.
No rust, just a dent. Just
Yeah.
dent it up.
Yeah. Flat tire took it out.
Yeah, that's going to look really good once he gets it sanded down. Once he gets it, mounted, lined up, sanded down, it's going to look great. All right, so here is the 14 bolt rear end that he picked up. Kind of first impression, man, is I think this thing looks great.
So the guy in Marketplace wanted 150 bucks for this rear end, or trade for 2 chrome square body bumpers. And I just happen to have 2 chrome square body bumpers because I'm going painted in the tube bumper. But my rear is not the step bumper, and he's like, I want a step bumper. And the front's an 82. I think it's unique to that year where the turn signals are in the bumper itself. And he said, that won't work for me. So I said, all right, how about if I give you 300 for it, even though you only want 150, and I'll meet you halfway, because he was 3 hours away in Alabama. So he said, I'll do that. So he did. He met me.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I gave him 150 bucks to meet me and save me some drive time. But yeah, there she is.
That thing's a beast, man. Look at those drums. Wow.
So you can tell, and this is something for folks when you're, junkyard searching and all that. So a full floater, it's got the axle, you'll have, I think it's 8 bolts, where it bolts the axle on the end. A semi-float is like this, where you don't have those bolts on. This is a 9.5 inch ring gear. A 14 bolt full float, I believe, is a 10.5 inch ring gear. But yeah, if you're looking around, that's how you can kind of tell. And my understanding between semi-float and full float, a full float, the axle is suspended here and here on bearings. So, it's supported on both ends, whereas a semi-float, you've got a bearing out here, and it uses a C-clip to mount into the carrier, which on the full float, you unbolt that cap, the whole axle slides out.
I can't keep up with Matt. I'm trying to film him, and I'm like, woo, woo.
Gonna make everybody dizzy.
Yeah.
And then the cover's a little bit different, even though they both have 14 bolts. The shape of it is different. So that's a 14 bolt, 9.5 inch.
Okay, so the cover on the full floater is different?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That thing is a beast.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for you to
But
come
it
over
looks-
and pick it up.
Yeah, it looks like it's in great shape.
Yeah, it is good shape.
All right, so that's pretty much where we are. Like I said on the way over to Matt's, he's been, not a lot of progress, but he's definitely making progress. And it's just hard in North Georgia in these hot summer months to be motivated to come out here and work outside or even in a garage. But he's got a new bed, and that's a huge improvement. Got the 14 bolt rear end, and I can tell he's been doing some sanding and some body work, of course, on that bed. So overall, I think good progress. It's not a race, and he'll get it finished whenever he can. And I'm most excited about hearing that 454 rumble.
You and me both.
Yep. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that update on Matt's truck. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for checking out the video. Appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And thanks for watching.